How you doing, everybody? I'm Scott Jelinek, the founder of the Master Investor Academy, where we cover the 5 pillars of real estate investing. That's marketing, wholesale, rehab, rentals, and raising private money. And today's video is going to be on door knocking and a little tip to make it a lot easier for you. So first off, what is door knocking? Door knocking is really simple. Door knocking is actually knocking on doors. It's not rocket science here. So anyway, door knocking is when you basically get a list from your newspaper on all the houses that are in foreclosure, and you go through them and you look at the addresses. You might look them up online and you see which ones look like they have value. They only owe 80 grand and it's worth 150. You may want to go out. They owe 80 grand and it's worth 90. Unless you're buying sub twos or mud pie deals, you're probably not even going to waste your time with those. So what door knocking is you would basically go through the 50 leads you found in your newspaper. You might only come up with 5 that are viable leads, and you're going to go out to those houses. They call it door knocking for a reason, because now you're going to go to the house and knock on the door. Now, if and when the person answers, you're basically going to say, "How you doing? I'm Scott with We Buy Houses, and I wanted to talk to you about your house. I saw it was in foreclosure, and I didn't know if you had any plans or what your process was that you're going through right now." You have to keep in mind, these people did not call you. You showed up at their house, and they're in a bad situation as it is. They're in foreclosure. They're not going to be happy to see you. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be happy at all to see you, and so they're going to tell you to scram. Now, occasionally, they are going to be like, "Yes, we need help, thank you. What are we able to do? What are our options?" And that's why it's a numbers game. You're going to have to play the numbers. You might do 5 every day and only get 1 a month, but it's a numbers game. However, this is the flip side of it. Most people are not going to be home. You're doing this during the day, and most people are going to be out at work. So you're going to go to all these houses, knock on the doors, and nobody's there. When you go, you're going to notice you're not the only one out door knocking. Your competitors are doing the same thing. So when you get there, you're going to see other business cards, door hanger, a post-it note on the door, and that's just the way it is. You're competing with the other people in the area. They all got that same list in the newspaper, so they're all out there doing the exact same list that you're doing. Door knocking works though. In the highlight of the boom, 1 year just from door knocking alone, no other investments, we did 60 deals in 1 year from just door knocking. That's really great. I mean, door knocking does work. However, like I'm saying, when you get to that house, there's going to be several people's other cards there. Typically, and I'm definitely not advocating for you to do this, but typically the guy who gets there last, and he probably is last on purpose, it's probably part of his business plan, he's going to get there last and he's going to take everybody else's stuff down and he's going to leave his there. And you went through all this work, you drove around all day, you stuck your stuff up, so did your competitors, and the guy who got there last took everybody else's cards down, stuck his on there. If that deal is a deal, and if that person's going to call, now they're only going to call him. That's just the way it is. Everybody else's stuff is gone. He took it with him. It's horrible to say, but it happens every day, and that's what happens. I have a way around it. This is a sneaky little trick. It works extremely effectively, and it keeps your stuff from getting removed. What it is this. We use FedEx envelopes, or this one's from the post office, or you can use DHL. You can use any of them that you find. This is free, mind you, although don't tell them, they probably frown on it. So what you do is you go to your DHL or FedEx, they have the boxes out on the street, or you can go in. The envelopes are free, grab yourself a stack of 50. You take these envelopes with you, and now when you go to that same house that you were going to stick up a note or anything on the front, you're just going to write down the property address. If you have their name, great, put down their name and property address. If you don't have their name, just put property address. Don't put resident, because that lets them know it's impersonal. Just put the property address. Then you're going to go to their front door, and you're strictly just going to lean it up against the door. You're going to take it and just lean it up against the door, exactly the same as the UPS guy would have done if they weren't home when he was delivering something. So now, 2 things are going to happen. First of all, when that last guy comes at the end of the day, that sneaky bastard who takes everybody's stuff, he's not taking yours. He's not taking yours because he thinks it's been delivered. He's not messing with federal mail. He thinks it's been delivered. It doesn't look like it's a We Buy House thing. And so you just lean it right up against the front door and it's not going to get messed with. The second thing that's going to happen is when the people do come home from work, they're going to pick it up right away and they're going to open it. Everybody, when you get a FedEx or UPS or DHL packet, what do? You open it right away because it's generally something very important. So they're going to get it, they're going to open it, it's going to get read. This works, trust me, this works so effectively. You're going to thank me for it. Just for this one little tip is going to be worth everything to you. This works. This is money in the bank for you. So what do you put in it? I had a glossy brochure made years ago, which is just Basically, this whole thing was just about me and my company and what we do, how we help people. You don't have to put this in there. When I started, all I had in there was one sheet of paper. It was a white sheet of paper that was typed out and basically just said, you know, dear homeowner, I understand difficult times happen, you know, for everybody, and we're trying to help you through this situation. If you're interested in selling, you know, maybe walk away with some money. And we went through a whole paragraph on first accepting and understanding their feelings and what they're going through, and then listing how we might be able to help. And if they'd like to talk to us, give us a call, and we'd love to see if there's something we can do for them. And now the whole perspective changes because they're calling you. When they call you, you're in the driver's seat and everything's a lot easier, as opposed to you knocking on their door and trying to talk to them when you're unannounced and you're just knocking. So again, if you get one thing out of this, this works. If you're going to do door knocking, and door knocking works, if you're going to do door knocking, putting them in these envelopes on the front door, 10,000 times better than just doing your sticky notes, your door hangers. Now those all work too. The problem is the other investors take them down and then you're stuck doing all the work and no results. So I hope this helps. If you're going to do door knocking, I pray that you use this because you will thank me for it. You have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.